Hey guys, so this is going to be a somewhat exploratory video. My buddy and I went out for a ride. He was on the bobber and we had some fun for a good hour. And he got back and he says, hey, you got a weird ticking noise coming from the rear end. So I took it for a spin and sure enough, there's like a dicka 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 kind of noise coming from somewhere in the rear end. And it's weird. I can't feel it. I can only hear it. It's fairly quiet. It sounds metallic, like something hitting, and it's only on deceleration. You load up the engine either way, nothing. I don't think it's connected to the brake because it doesn't make any difference if I'm on it or not, and it does change frequency with wheel rotation, not engine. So I'm thinking either wheel hub, which I doubt because the bearings are brand new. I just put them in. I'm thinking it's something internal. I don't see anything leaking. You know, there's only maybe 1,000 miles on this fluid change. There's nothing out of the ordinary external. I felt all the spokes. They're solid as a rock, so I don't think it's anything like that. But we're going to have to pull the rear end apart, at least pull the wheel off, and see what's up. Just not sure until I can get in there and take a look. Okay, I've got it at least halfway disassembled here. Got the wheel off and the brake off, checking everything out. So far, nothing is really standing out. Everything looks, well, new, because it is. Everything's got about 1,000 miles on it. Bearings all smooth as glass, no wear marks, nothing. Everything looks brand new in the brakes. Gripping the gear drive here by hand, nothing feels or sounds unusual at all. I did go online and do a quick search, and I found that some other people did report at least similar symptoms, and one common fix was simply retorquing the rear axle nut. Now, I have a theory as to why that would matter, and that's the only thing that I've remotely found here. Let me grab a glove real quick. This is a lot louder than what I hear in the bike, but it's the same tone and same type of noise. In between the bearings on each side of the rear wheel is a steel sleeve that runs through the center that the axle is obviously riding on and contacting. And this bearing here is out just a hair more than the one on the other side. So I could drive this in just a touch more. But if I grab the sleeve here and kind of make it wiggle around a bit, that's what I hear in the bike. Now this is a lot louder, but the same noise. So my theory is if torquing this rear axle nut makes any difference, somehow it's just shifting how this sleeve is contacting the bearings here, which entrap it. I really can't move it sideways through the hub, bearing to bearing, but like I said, I have just a tiny hair. This isn't quite flush where the other one is just slightly countersunk. I mean, it's like the sheet, the thickness of a sheet of paper difference. But I'll hammer this in just a touch and reassemble and see if that makes a difference. If not, I will then have to open up the rear gear drive here and see what's in there. That's the only thing left. I'm thinking this is it for whatever reason. Why it took 1,000 miles to change it all, not a clue. Couldn't tell you, but let's find out. Got that pounded in just a tiny bit more. I mean, you can't even tell it moved. It went from sheet of paper up to flush. I just used a 37 mil socket. If you ever do this, just make sure you're only contacting the outer races here. Or I guess that's called the cage. I can't remember. I'm having a brain fart. Anyway, I think it did its job because now the sleeve obviously still moves. It's bearing to bearing, but there is zero noise, zero slop. Can't make it do anything. And success! That was it. Quick and easy fix. But I was glad to take it apart, make sure everything looked good. Everything was still exactly the way I built it, which it should be. I mean, it's only been run a year, about 1,000 miles, just for weekend fun and adventure, basically. So there you go. If you have that problem, you might want to give that a shot. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.